Hello, welcome back to Be Her with Shalon. And today I thought I would touch a little bit on Self Love Queen Academy that I have coming up here in March. This is my 12-week group coaching program, okay? And it is an intense program, okay? And I created it for women who are like really tired of playing these roles in their lives that they don't want to anymore. Okay. I'm talking about like the role of the people pleaser, the role of the self-sacrificer, the role, maybe it's like, I don't want to play the role of being the like, I don't know, maybe stay at home mom. Maybe you want to get out of the house. Maybe you want to get a job. Maybe you want to start a career. Maybe you want to, like, maybe you're just like, you're tired of being the stay at home wife. Maybe you're tired of like, whatever it is. Okay. Maybe it's like actually doing what came to my mind right now. Is when like I have commented on this before, like, well, like I'm tired of just being the single friend. I'm tired of just being the like the one who is always like healing from heartbreak. I'm tired of being that person. I don't want to be that person anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like looking at the roles that you're playing for others in your life that could just continue to cycle and cycle and cycle because the people that you hang out with are just expect that from you, right? So it's not just about self-love, right? Self-love is what happens during the process. Self-love is you choosing yourself every day, every day, every day, right? Self-love is about rediscovery. Self-love is about reinvention. Self-love is about like, am I truly living my passions? Am I truly doing the things that I want to do? Or am I just doing these things for everybody else, right? Like I've touched base recently about like how I'm transitioning in my life from being I was going to say single stay-at-home mom, but I guess that's what I am. I am a single stay-at-home mom, right? And I'm transitioning into this like, higher level entrepreneur, I guess is what you can say. It's like, what do I want my life to actually look like now, right? I've been working from home for the past 20 years as a hairstylist, right? And it's like time to shift my life. It really is. Like I'm feeling that call. Like it's time for things to shift and change. I'm not just this like stay at home mom anymore. Like I still am and I'm grateful that I can do this still, but it's like it's not going to be this way forever. Right. And I can feel that shift and I can feel that pull and I can feel that change coming. Right. And there might be something within you too that is like, this is not it. This is not it. There's something more. There's something bigger. There's something that I want to do with my life. I don't want to just be at home all the time doing the same thing on repeat, living the same life day in and day out, day in and day out, right? And so it's like, what do you really, really want for your life? We just had this like blood moon eclipse and it was eclipsing things out of your life that are like no longer serving you. We had the 3-3 portal. So this was like your opportunity to step into this different version of yourself, this different role that you want to play. Like, what is that going to look like? Right? Who do you want to show up as? Um, and if you're happy with your life the way you are, then that is absolutely amazing too. Maybe it's just like a journey to loving yourself for who you are, right? Maybe that's the journey that you're on right now. Not really feeling that you need to change yourself, but like loving yourself as you are right now. Because somewhere along the line, you were led to believe that there's something wrong with you, or you were led to believe that you were unlovable because A, B, and C, or that you needed to prove yourself one way or another. I had a lady pop on my live the other day and I had seen her post and she, like lots of us women we've struggled with our bodies for lots of our lives, and that's due to society, right? Saying that we need to look this way, or we're only valued if, we're only lovable and valued if our body looks like this, that, and the other, or like this needs to be more toned and that shouldn't look like this. And we get like we cut ourselves to feel better about ourselves, right? Like people are getting surgeries, or getting tummy tucks, or getting whatever else, right? Because like they're not happy with their bodies, right? And one of the things that I like teach in Self Love Queen Academy is to be happy with your vessel. Like you chose this vessel. You decided when you came here. Your spirit was like, yep, that's the one. That's the one I want to ride around in. There was no test driving. There was no test drive. We didn't get to try it out and be like, actually, I don't like this one. I want to send it back. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. It's about learning to love this body that you're in, no matter what it looks like. Okay. And the thing about that though, too, is like, we're still allowed to want to improve it, if that makes sense. But it's like, what energetic frequency are you coming from in regards to do that, right? Am I working out because I want to feel healthy and I want to feel better in my body and I want to feel more confident and I want to do all of these things? Or am I working out and punching myself and not eating and not doing all of these things because I think my body needs to look a certain way? Right. And so we dive into that in Self Love Queen Academy. It's like that I've been at war with my body my whole freaking life. I've been very skinny. I've been very toned. I've been very fit. I've been overweight. I was like made fun of my whole life for my body. So I've been at war with the mirror my whole life and not loving the person that was looking back at me in the mirror. Right. And I actually just performed my talk at, Taboo, and I did 3 of them, and it was amazing. And it was about embodying self-love to ignite your divine feminine power. And I looked at pictures of myself after, and I was like, the first thing I wanted to do was judge myself. And I was like, nope, you got up there, you rocked that dress, and you looked hot, like you looked fire. And it doesn't matter what you think of that. Like you still did that and you showed up in front of all of those people. Whereas in the past, you would have hid. I would have hid. I would have been like, absolutely freaking not. This is not happening. I wouldn't have even gotten on stage probably. Right. Like I wouldn't have showed up as the person that the leader, the person who has the knowledge, the person who's lived these experiences, the person who wants to share, and the person who wants to create transformation for other people, right? Like I wouldn't have stepped into that role. But you know what? I had to let go of other roles in order to be that person. I had to do the healing in order to get there. I had to choose myself every day, right? And you know what? My body is not perfect, and that's okay. It's not the way that I wanted it to look, and that's okay. And I can still shift and change that. But I also have been doing so much deep healing. And the thing is like, so I have the sacred reset, right? And that's about like healing your nervous system and becoming safe within your body, feeling safe within yourself, not living in survival mode anymore. And the funny thing is when you start to feel safe, when you start to like heal your nervous system, when you start to actually like allow yourself to relax and to just be within yourself, it's really exhausting. And you require a lot of rest because your body's been living in survival mode for so long, in fight or flight, that it didn't even realize that it hadn't been resting. And I've allowed myself to do that because I love myself, because I knew that that's what I needed, right? And so when you build this connection with yourself, when you build this connection with your body, when you build from this more so inner place of knowing, you know what to give to your body when you need it, as opposed to pushing yourself. We live in a push society where we need to be doing more, and we need to be doing this, and we need to be doing that, and it's 11:11 on my clock right now, and we need to be showing up this way, and we need to be doing all of these things. And it's like, why are you doing it? Why are you truly doing it? Is it because people told you to? Because they said if you do A, B, and C, you're going to be successful. If you do, XYZ, you're going to end up with like this much money, and you're going to end up with like this beautiful toned body, and you're going to end up with like the love of your life, and you're going to whatever. Why are you doing it? Like, what is your why? That is a big, big thing. Because you know what? I've done A, B, C and didn't get the results somebody told me. And I've done X, Y, Z and fallen flat on my face. But there was lessons in that too. There was experiences in that too. And it's about connecting with yourself and really using discernment as to what is going to work best for you. Because if you're not in that alignment within yourself, if you haven't like healed those belief systems, if you haven't actually like done the things, then it's going to be super challenging, right? And in the whole grand scheme of this, what it comes down to is like self-love, right? Your self-worth. Do you actually feel like you're deserving of those things, right? Am I still just living the story of being the the solo mom, the single mom, the one who has to struggle, the one who has to work hard, the one that has to be the worker child? Like, am I still living that role? Is that what I still want? Right? I've said before, like I grew up on a dairy farm. I was the oldest girl from 3 who grew up on a dairy farm, and I had to work hard. And there's a lot of things that I've had to clear in regards to that, so that I could learn that it is safe for me to actually rest, right? And that it is safe for me to actually like receive, that I'm worthy and deserving of receiving, that I don't just have to be giving, working, taking care of everybody else all the time, that I get to take care of me too. And it's me first, actually. It's not just me too, it's me first. I get to take care of me first before I give to everybody else, because otherwise we're playing the deplete and fill game all the time with our bodies, with ourselves, with our like I always focus on mind, body, spirit, right? Filling ourselves up, mind, body, soul. It's the whole trifecta in order for us to be able to give to other people. Whatever is overflowing from the cup is for everybody else. Whatever is in the cup is for us. And I swear by that. I live by that, because I know when I'm tired, when I've been over giving, that like nothing is working, nothing is good, and I'm tired and I'm irritated and I'm like all of those things. But that's your body showing you this isn't working. This needs to change. You can't live like this anymore. So what do you need to do in order to shift and change that? What role do you need to stop like buying into? And the thing is, the things that you're choosing, the role that you're choosing, whether it's like good for you or negative, it's still serving you in one way. It's either keeping you comfortable, it's keeping you safe because it's all you have ever known, and you have this fear of the change, this fear of like what could happen if, right? The fear of like the future and whatever else, right? We don't want to be like taking action out of fear. Never, never, never take action out of fear. Never. You only take action out of certainty. Okay? I had a coach that I worked with, and it's like still traumatizing. It's still like, and that's the other thing. Be very discerning with who you work with. Okay? Be very discerning with who you work with. But I had a coach that like was like, you need to make these changes in your business if this is where you want to get. too. Okay. And this is where I'm talking about A, B, and C. And I made those freaking changes. And my nervous system went into fight or flight to so bad that, and I was operating in fear, like so much fear. And as a coach, because I am a coach, that's your responsibility to help that person to work through that. Not to just be like, oh, well, you're just operating in fear. You need to let it go and it'll be fine. No, no. We are, as spiritual entrepreneurs, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, you have major past life wounds operating in your body, so much so that you go into this like whole, this is the witch wound in full force. Okay. And I help people heal their witch wound because I know what it's like to have to show up and be like, oh my God, like if I do this, it's literally feels like if I do this, I'm going to die. It's almost like the feeling of like being chased by a wild animal. And like the belief that you're going to die, that is running rampant in your DNA structure. So that's what keeps you from actually doing the things and taking the action and living in like, yeah, I can do the things. But if I'm not stable within my system, if I'm not stable within my body doing it, this is what I talk about, building things on strong foundations. This is why I created the Sacred Reset, because I know and I've experienced the feeling of like, I am going to, like, there's something's going to happen. Something major is going to happen. And in reality, that's not it. But you can't be like taking action from a place of fear. You can't be taking action from a place of like fight or flight because you're not energetically aligned with that, right? So when we can actually do the healing, when we can release and clear the fear, when we can just be centered within our body and be strong and sovereign within ourselves and know that, yes, this is the right direction for me. It still might feel scary because it's new, but it's a different kind of scary. It's almost like an exciting kind of scary that it's like, this is a new adventure and this is where I'm being called to. And this is what I want to do, right? As opposed to like, oh my God, if I do this, like I'm gonna lose everything and I'm gonna die and I can't do this and whatever else, right? I like, trust me, I went through the emotions. I committed to taboo, to doing the talks again. And I was committed to 3 of them and I was very, very excited, but I still, the day of, go through the like, what am I doing? What is going on? And you know what? As soon as I stepped behind that mic, I knew I was exactly where I needed to be. I just felt it. I knew this is what I wanted to do. This is why I did all the things to get here. This is why I've done all the healing. This is why I've like show up day in and day out. This is why I still do my podcast to help other women and spiritual entrepreneurs and witchy women. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. Witchy women. Like, that's why. And you know what? I shared on there. I think for the first time, I actually said, I am an intuitive holistic hair artist. And then people look at me and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Right? Yeah. Well, let me break it down for you. Okay. Like I said, I'm intuitive. I'm a little bit witchy. And you know what? If I hadn't shared that, there are women in that audience that wouldn't have come up to me and talked to me because they're like, oh my God, you're witchy? Yes. If you can't tell, it's not like I hide it, then I'm a witchy bitch. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We are now living in the, like, I understand that in society there's a lot of things that are going on for them to like silence women in general, but we are living in the safest time ever to stand in our power. because it is going to be the witches, and it is going to be the mystics, and it is going to be the dark feminine, the ones who are sent into exile, who are going to rise up and help us claim our power back, who are going to help us take back this world, who are going to bring the divine feminine back to society, right? That's what the darkness does. It illuminates, like without the darkness there is no light, right? So it's bringing those shadow aspects. You can see all of these shadow aspects coming to the light right now, and it's to be alchemized. It's to be alchemized. And I said I'm holistic, which I do energy work. I do energy clearing. I do alchemizing. I do all of those things to help you shift and change and transform. And I swear in my talks, I said at the beginning of my talk, I said, this is not just going to be an educational, this will be transformational. And there were so many women who had aha moments, and there were so many women who had tears, and there were so many women who just like left feeling seen and heard and understood, maybe for the first time ever. And I'm seeing 11:22 on my clock right now. And I think it's so beautiful. And that's what I do in my container with my ladies, with my queens. And I help them take back their power, and I help them take back their throne, and I help them claim their crown. Because somewhere along the way, you forgot that you're a queen. You deserve to be treated like one. You don't have to prove that to anybody. That's the other thing. You don't have to prove it. Somewhere along the way, we thought we had to. Somewhere along the way, we thought we had to prove who we are to the world, and we don't. We don't. You are worthy and deserving because you exist. You wouldn't be placed on this earth if you weren't. You wouldn't be here. You would not be here if you were not worthy and deserving of all the beautiful things that the world has to offer you. But this is also the duality of being human, is having these experiences, right? If I hadn't gone through everything that I had gone through in my life, all of the teasing, all of the being made fun of, all of the betrayal, all of the abandonment, all of the heartbreak, all of those things, I would not be able to do this for you now. And I'm not just a witchy bitch. I actually was talking with a friend the other day about, like, I am certified. So I have like my Reiki, and I'm certified in SRT clearing, which is subconscious release technique, right? And that's like healing the subconscious. Your subconscious is your shadow. Okay. It's like the patterns, the limiting beliefs, the negative mindset, all of that stuff that runs on repeat day in and day in and day out, that keep you like from actually stepping into your life and living your life and doing the things and showing up the way you want to, right? That is your subconscious. That is your programming. That happens when you're a child. The first 3 to 7 years of your life are the most you will ever be programmed. Your subconscious will ever be programmed. Then that just continues to run the show. If you think about a computer, you give it one program. It only knows how to do that program. So this is where we come in. This is where I come in. And we change the programming. We restructure the subconscious. We heal the wound. We heal the trauma. We heal the trigger. And we restructure it. That's what I do. And I was also talking with a friend about like how like I have been working at growing, like I say, it's your intuition, your connection with yourself, like it's a muscle. Okay. You need to work it every day. And I literally take usually about 45 minutes to an hour every day to work on my craft, to work on my rituals, to work on my intuition, to work on all of these things, to strengthen it. Okay. To create that connection with my higher self, with spirit, with my guides, with all of it, with the goddesses, with all of them. Right. I have probably put in, like, I probably have like a, what is it called? A doctorate or a master's or whatever, like at this point, because I've been doing it for so long. Like, it's longer than it takes you to go to university to get a degree, is what I'm saying. Okay. But these things they're not seen as it valuable because they're gifts. Right. And so that's the other thing I actually want to touch base on right now before I wrap this up. And how, as spiritual entrepreneurs, that we have this wound that we believe that because they're our gifts that we can't charge lots of money for them, or that we're not worthy, or we should be giving it away for free, right? And that stops you and restricts you from receiving. That restricts you from being successful. That restricts you from being profitable and wealthy and all of those things. You're meant to be wealthy. You are meant to be wealthy. You are meant to be prosperous. You're meant to be abundant. That's why I created my money mindset makeover program. And I can post the link for that in the description below, because it helps you clear the blocks, mind, body, soul, and restructure your mindset and your body. Like when we talk about body pain, like, or money pain, tax pain, all that kind of stuff where it sits in your body. Yeah. We heal that. And on a soul level as well, because lots of it is like passed down from our ancestors. It's passed down generationally, right? It's not just a one and done thing. And I honestly created this program and it's the cheapest I can offer it. Like, I have offered it for discounts and stuff, but like, I understand when you're not struggling, we are abundant and prosperous. And when we focus on the abundance around us, the abundance is magnetized to us, right? It's attracted to us when we become this abundant magnet. But I talked about that in my course. And how it, like, even incorporating a millionaire mindset and what that looks like. Okay. And so we restructure all of this. It's like literally 3 modules. I don't know how I managed to get into this now, but, and yeah, so it's $55. It's the cheapest I can, like, I can do for you. But anyway, but we also touch base on these things like abundance and worth and self-love, and, or not self-love, self-worth and deserving, and all of those things in Self-Love Queen Academy as well, right? But lots of the things that we do in Self-Love Queen Academy is like inner child healing. It's the divine feminine healing. It's the divine masculine healing. It's like your connection with your body, your connection with your sensuality, right? With being expressive, with being authentic, with like, how are you, like, the roles you're playing? Like, how do you want to show up? How do you want to show up? Releasing shame, releasing guilt, releasing all of those things to being you, to be authentically you. And standing in that power. I have literally had queens. If you missed my podcast last week, Danielle, she is like building her empire. She is building her fucking empire now. During the program, I'm not going to lie to you, crazy shit happens sometimes when you work with me. But it's always beautiful in the end. I promise. She lost her job. And immediately she's like, no, I have the tools. I have the skills. And she's actually building something she loves to do now. That was the job she was living, or she was doing, was no longer serving her. And that's what happens. That's also like eclipses. Shit eclipses out of your life just like that. Right? It was no longer aligned with the person that she was wanting to become. I had another queen during the program, met a man. and literally was going to sabotage that connection. And I helped her work through it. And she's getting married, living her best life. I hope living her best life. She also did things that she'd never done before. Did the things that she would have never done before. She's like, no, I can do this. I have the tools now. That's the other thing. I give you tools to take with you. I'm not just like, oh yeah, we did this. Good luck. No, I want you to be fucking successful. I want you to be successful. And the reason I know all of these things work is because I've used them in my life. Because I still use them every day. Another queen who was like so shy and so like, I helped her work through leaving a very toxic marriage, and she went out and traveled the world and had so many beautiful experiences that she would have never had before. And I help a lot of queens heal from heartbreak because that's what I've gone through. I joke, I have a PhD in heartbreak. I wrote the book on it. It's the Heartbreak Handbook. It's on Amazon if you want it. And it's helping you heal from heartbreak. It's probably the easiest way to work with me. If you want to work with me, the easiest way to work with me is getting my book, because it helps you, like, it takes you step by step to through healing from heartbreak, healing from relationships, healing from all of that stuff. But it requires you to show up, and it requires you to do the work. And some people don't want to do that. I understand. But I work with the women who are ready to shift and change their lives. That's who I work with. I'm not going to do the work for you because I've already done it for myself, but I will help you through it and I will support you through it. Absolutely. If you're ready to meet me there, and if you're ready to shift and change your life because you want more, because you can feel that calling, because you can feel it pulling to you, that there's more out there for you. I'm seeing 11:33 on my clock right now. You can have it all. We've been bought and sold the lie that we can't, or that we even have to. Actually, I shouldn't say that we have to. The difference is as women, we were told we can have it all, but that meant that we had to do it all by ourselves. As women, we can have it all. And that all is different for everybody. But if you're here with me right now, if you're listening to this podcast, and if something inside of you is like, this is resonating with me, then I suggest actually booking a discovery call with me and seeing if Self-Love Queen Academy is a match for you or not. Because I won't just work with anybody. And I've actually, like, I have told queens in the past, like, actually it wasn't for Self-Love Queen Academy. It was for something else they wanted to join. And I was like, no, I will not work with you until you go through Self-Love Queen Academy, because I know that there's this whole transformation process that has to happen before you can get where you need to be. The link for that will be in the description for my discovery call if you would like to reach out to me and see if this is a good fit for you or not. But it is truly transformational, and your life will never, never be the same again. And if that's what's calling to you, then I suggest that, like, I run this program twice a year, in the spring and in the fall. And this is my 4th time running it, which is super exciting. Super exciting. But with that being said, I am just like grateful for all of you for being here and listening to the podcast. Actually, I think I just wanted to say, I feel like I'm inclined to say thank you for your support, and listening and all of the things with just everything. So, yeah, I honestly, if you feel called, reach out and we can have a little chat. And I feel like leaving you with some like words of wisdom. And one of the things that I shared, not like I haven't given you any wisdom yet, but was in my talk that like you as the divine feminine are divine. You are divine. And we forget that. How magnificent you are as a being. How magnificent and how beautiful it is that you even exist and that you're here. And we see life as this burden. We really do. We get caught up in the daily throes of life. And when we can find that magic, when we can find that beauty, and it really does all come down to love. It really does all come down to self-love, because there's really no other emotion in the world. If you're feeling sad or angry or frustrated or upset or whatever, the cure is always to pour more love into that. Love is always the answer. Love is always what is missing. So if you're ready to remove the blocks to it, because that's what we do, then I'm here for you. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.